Hi all, welcome back to my Let's Play of Morrowind. I believe this is something like episode 35, but that's by the by. The most interesting thing today is I'm back in my flat, which is very exciting. Oh, I wasn't expecting that. Well, let me get this done first. There we go. Done the levels. Yeah, back in the flat. Back in my usual recording space, so hopefully if there was any audio changes... Actually, by the end of like editing audio myself, I couldn't discern any. Is there not something up there? But there might have been some noticeable bits and bobs. This just must not be essential. This is so laid out though. There's definitely stuff up there. It's just whether we can get it. And whether we're interested enough to get it, to be honest. I'm not. No, it is lovely to be back in your own space. I've actually really enjoyed not being in it, to be honest, but in regards to recording... Oh, there's all sorts of treasure along here. In regards to recording, it's a lot easier in my own space. I've got it set up in a particular way that really does work for me. Or it has done up to this stage. This really wasn't worth it, was it? We'll drop down to this and move around again. Yeah, so, you know, being able to have a 2-monitor setup so I can see everything as it's recording, you know, I can look over there and check, oh yes, we are recording and we are getting sound come through. And I can hear or see my waveform as I talk. It's all good stuff. He's staggering me. I need to turn down my volume just a touch. Spells are very loud in this game. So yeah, and also I haven't got loads of people in the house around me, which has actually been a real nice thing to have. But I haven't got loads of people around the house around me, so I can talk to my heart's content. You sort of, I find, and I don't know like how true this is across the board for everyone, but I find if I'm recording and there's someone in the room next to me, or there's someone nearby, I find it like harder to talk. And I understand why. You're talking to yourself in a room, and that appears a bit odd. Or my perception of that is a bit odd. I suppose it's really, really normalised these days, to be honest. It's a me problem, not a you problem, to be honest. He's ducking and weaving, but he's not doing anything bad to me. But yeah, actually, I'm really impressed considering I was away from my flat for 10 days, something like that. We missed 1 day of uploads, which in reality, I'll take that. I thought it could have ended up not showing anything at all. And the thing is we've ended up uploading every day for over a month, and every day for over a month. Where's my... Oh, it's kaput. It's damaged. I got rid of all my repair stuff. Oh, you do it like this, don't you? Someone must have zeroed it, like an enemy. So that seems very unusual to me otherwise. I like the guess up though. I was talking about something then, wasn't I? Something to do with recording and uploading videos. Yeah, we've managed to bring one out virtually every day for over a month. But that wind is noisy outside, so apologise for that. But it's a bit warm here again, so I'm having the windows open. So you just might pick up a few extraneous sounds. Yeah, it might not seem like a big deal, especially for sort of some YouTubers. They've done uploaded every day for like years and stuff like that. But for me, someone who has had trouble in the past for going longer than a week, not on this particular channel, but on previous channels, I'm quite happy that I've managed it. And we'll hopefully be continuing that on into the future. Yeah, the other point of news, and I don't know if this has been mentioned, it very well might have been, because today is not when it happened, but I'm going back to work. So far, it's only part-time, and the more I say this, the more I feel like it has been mentioned. The important thing to note about that is I might not be able to continue the daily uploads after all that celebration. Simply because, yeah, I thought so. Well, work takes up a lot of time. Is this one-handed? So, like, yeah, that's got to come first. I've got to make sure I'm getting to work and doing my job every day, which is, I think, more than fair enough. I'm for now actually only going back to part-time for the short term. Is that the weapon we need? God. American bone biter. Yes, I think so. Bone biter. Cool. Yeah, so in reality, I think what it's going to do is I might upload a little less infrequently, but whilst I'm only there part-time, just because they're doing a staggered return with everything that's going on, oh my god, is this like a proper Skyrim dungeon where you come back around to the entrance? I would be impressed if it is. No, we've still got to go down all these stairs. Yeah, so back to work. Not recording, not uploading as much. For now, I should be. But if at any point it gets a bit too much, there either might be gaps, or I might just go to a 3-day-a-week release, or something like that. We'll have to see. We'll have to see what life looks like. I have an idea. You know, I've worked at this place before. I've done many hours at this place, many years at this place. But you don't ever, or I find I never quite know these things until I'm actually in them. You know, I never find I can fully figure out how things are actually going to work until it's elapsing around me. So we shall wait for that and see what happens. So was this? I can't even remember, and it wasn't that long ago I recorded for this. I can't remember if this is a quest. So for the right to be able to do the rites, or if this was one of the rites. Who do we actually need to turn this into? Oh, it was Saul Matul, wasn't it? Who is the Asher Khan? Is that correct? Yes. He's got some magic gloves. Initiation rite. This is my father's bonebiter bow. You have completed the initiation rite. I name you Maribel, clan friend of the Ashlanders. Keep my father's bow and bear it with honour. You are a friend of our tribe and may rest in any Urshilaku bed. But do not harm other tribe members or take their things. And now I will fulfill my other promise. Go to the wise woman's yurt, and Nibani Mesa shall examine you and test you against the Nerevarine prophecies. Fantastic. Free use of their beds. She was over here, wasn't she? Yes. I mean, just
you may speak.
Face me. I don't fancy having a conversation to the back of your head. Pass the test. You are not the Nerevarine. You are one who may become the Nerevarine. It is a puzzle and a hard one, but you have found some of the pieces and you may find more. Do you choose to be the Nerevarine? Then seek the lost prophecies among the dissident priests of the temple. Find the lost prophecies, bring them to me, and I will be your guide. And take these copies of The Stranger and the Seven Visions. Now, I have told you all I know. Go, think on what I've told you, and do what you must be done. There are the Nerevarine prophecies that have been lost, the 7 curses and others. Some forgotten, some hidden, some deliberately lost. The wise woman are the memory of the Velothi people. But it is a faulty memory, and we are mortal, and our knowledge dies with us. But we hear that the dissident priests of the temple study our Nerevarine prophecies, and record them in books. Such written words never die. You must go into them and ask for these books and bring them to find me. Bring what you find to me. There we go. 7 Visions. The full title of the prophecy is 7 Visions of the 7 Trials of the Incarnate. Listen, I will tell you the verses. 7 Trials. What he puts his hand to, that shall be done. What is left undone, that shall be done. First trial. On a certain day, to uncertain parents, incarnate moon and star reborn. Second trial. Neither blight nor age can harm him, the curse of flesh before him flies. Third trial. In caverns dark, Azura's eye sees and makes to shine the moon and star. Big old wind coming through. Fourth trial. A stranger's voice unites the houses. 3 halls call him Hortator. I'm sure I'm not pronouncing that right, but when do I ever pronounce anything right? Fifth trial. A stranger's hand unites the Velothi. 4 tribes call him Nerevarine. Sixth trial. He honours blood of the tribe unmourned. He eats their sin and is reborn. 1 destiny. Our 7th trial. His mercy frees the cursed false gods, binds the broken, redeems the mad. 1 destiny. Speaks the law for the Veloth's people. He speaks for their land and names them great. What does this prophecy mean? It tells us who the Nerevarine will be and the trials he must undergo before he fulfills his destiny. Some parts I understand, some parts I do not. I will answer your questions as best as I can, but I cannot pretend to understand it all. Yeah, I kind of don't get all of it. Second trial. I'm not sure what this means. Will the Nerevarine come as a spirit who's not harmed by blight or age? I don't know, but I think curse of flesh means a blight disease corpus, which causes terrible distorted growth in its victims. Perhaps the Nerevarine can heal this disease. Perhaps that will be a sign of the Nerevarine. The trials are all lost in here. I think this is the one time going alphabetical does not make sense. So we've done the second trial, but we haven't done the first. This refers to your birth sign, to your birth on a certain day, uncertain parents, just like the stranger prophecy. We call it the stranger. Yeah, which I'm sure we've heard before. So we've done second, so now third. In a legend, there is a shrine to Azura called the Cavern of the Incarnate. There are secrets I may not tell you about this cavern. Do not ask. I mean, if I've got the option, I'm asking. Because I'm a bad person. Fourth, Hortator is a war leader chosen when the Dunmer Great Houses must put aside their normal feuds to unite against a common enemy. This has not happened since the Empire invaded our land. Fifth, the Ashlanders are sometimes called the Velothi, for the prophet Veloth, who guided us to this land many, many centuries ago, and the 4 tribes are the 4 tribes of the Vardenfell. We know these. It would truly be a miracle to unite these 4 tribes who have so long raided and warred with each other, but the Nerevarine must be the one who performs miracles. Sixth, I am not sure. The tribe of Morn may be the 6th house, House Dagoth, which was exterminated after the Battle of the Red Mountain, but it also may mean the Dwemer or Dwarves, as Westerners call them, and eating sin is doing atonement for another sin. The Incarnate cannot fail. Wherever others tries, he will do. What Nerva started, the Incarnate will finish. It's almost like the Incarnate is less a set of things that he must be. It's more less a set of tests and more of a set of. It's not even tests. It's less a set of prerequisites and more a set of tests. It's more something you have to actually be active in. Cool. So if we go to actual quests, meeting with a wise woman. What do we actually need to do next? We finished this, didn't we? Maybe not. Right. Am I missing something here? I know I need to talk to the dissident priests. She gave me a couple of books. Is that a decent place to be having a nose? It was the Seven, what's it called? And the Stranger, which we've heard both of. So it's a Dissident Priest, which I'm not 100% sure. Do you have more information on that? Sleepers. Rumours say that in the towns, mad cultists called Sleepers are attacking people, saying that Dagotha has awakened and will drive the Outlanders from Morrowind. Perhaps it is just a coincidence, but I think it is a sign of the Nerevarine. Not necessarily a sign that you are the Nerevarine. Perhaps the time of the Nerevarine has come, and you have come at the same time. This is not passing a test, but it may mean you have some part to play in the coming of the Nerevarine. Okay, what was that? No. Okay, let me just have a quick nose. Ah, that's the bit I'm missing. This sounds like something to mention to Chaos. So, that seems like something we can do. Certainly seems like something we can do. Morgan. I'm going to walk there. I've got some time to kill. Something interesting about all of that, and I don't know if it will come up in this game or not, but I think about sort of one of the central parts of, say, Skyrim. It's the war between the Empire and the Nords. Sort of something that seems semi-in common with this game. But the difference is I think Skyrim, and I'm not 100% sure if this proves out without playing more of this game, but Skyrim is set in a world where you have choice. It's not even agency, it's here's two sides, pick one. And we'll move on from there, because there is almost in games, because you are the one and only actor in the world, therefore everything must hinge on your actions, and so there's, no matter who you help, you will become that will become the winning thing. As long as you put enough time into it, that will become the winning side. And it almost creates like a false equivalency between the two. The only difference between them both is the fact that you chose to act on one side rather than the other. And actually, whichever side wins, through might makes right and such, means that it should have won and should be. But the impression I get from this is actually more complicated. There's more going on. You don't feel like the one and only true actor in this world, because it feels a bit out of your control. I'm not choosing from clearly cut paths. I'm kind of going along one path, in all honesty, but without knowing where it's heading, and without making like a choice between two obvious sides along the way. Now, that might come up later. It is still an RPG. So we can't guarantee missing those sorts of things out. I know how games be sometimes, but I think there was definitely, after sort of, I'm going to guess 2001, with no reasoning behind that other than that feels about the right time, which is when this game came out roughly. So maybe a bit later, maybe it was sort of that 2008 to 2010, sort of when you think about Mass Effect and stuff like that, when games became more obsessive about a moral binary of sorts, which is something that we've talked about a few times on this channel now. But yeah, it sort of became more usual to have one of two paths to pick, and you are the key agent in the world. And it's not even like that's too bad. It's just like it's so expected now. I look at this game and you can almost see how what it's doing is less expected. In the era that it came out, you can sort of pull certain lines nowadays. I don't know what that is. I don't know if that's important. We shall just walk past it. Yeah, so I'm not sure if I got that across fully right, and it's probably something I'd have to write down my ideas to get them, fully on paper and figure out exactly what I'm trying to say. But that's sort of in the realm of it. And And I suppose it's something once completing this game and going on to the next few games, we can come back and have a look at and see what we actually think about it. That was good. Oh, oh no. I thought that was a person there. I was about to go and say hi. I think this is the first zombie we've seen. Is it a zombie? Corpus Stalker. I really like the way the game sort of, and I was just thinking about that, killing some cliff racers, there we go. Like, it ties together, like, one of the key mechanics, actually, I think, that's kind of understated in this game is disease. It's sort of like this sense that the world, or especially certain areas of the world, is rotting and is ill and not quite right, and especially it's the natural world, and you see it through blight. And this is something that you can catch yourself, and we have caught, and it has been a hindrance, as well as you know, various other common diseases. It's a key part of the game almost. And I really like the way that the game sort of has incorporated that into the main story, but without ever being too heavy-handed. It's just kind of like, and I don't think we're fully there yet. It's not fully gone down its path of saying, okay, this is what we think about this, and this is how it's going to be cured. But there's definitely a connection between, you know, oh, blight might be coming from the Red Mountain. I think it says that anyway. Or blight might be coming from something that's central to us, and something that we should be looking into when we can. And I like that. It sort of pulls it all together. Home sweet, oh god. Home sweet home, or something like that. We've got a bit of trading to do while we're here, and we've also got to turn into chaos, which is on this side. I question this every single time I'm here. No, he's up there. But the shops are over here. And apparently we have skooma on us, which I don't remember picking up, but this is the problem when you play like half an hour a day of a game instead of, you know, actually knuckling down and playing loads at once. Pawnbroker, yeah, no, we need the Khajiit first, because I'm pretty sure the game will only let me sell skooma to races that are used to it, which is weird at best. I need a place for the good arrows again. We run so much faster than we did a few moments ago. I've just sold a load of stuff to Revere using the wait 24-hour trick. I was just thinking, I think I might start playing Fallout 3. I just had an urge to play it, and I think we can include that in the channel. I think I want to play some Fallout games along with the Elder Scrolls stuff, maybe. I don't know. You might see that in the next week or so.
Pleasure to meet you.
Hello, KS. Orders. You've spoken to Sulmatul and Nerevarine Mesa, and from what they say, it sounds like you could really be the Nerevarine. That's just incredible, but I'll have to get used to the idea. Let me try to get word to Mera Milo. Maybe she can find out whether distant priests have lost any prophecies. But in the meantime, I have a very tough assignment for you. Do you think you're ready? I'm ready for anything. Don't get overconfident. But it so happens that I agree, you're ready. But just in case, I'm going to give you 400 drakes. Yay! Before you head out, make sure you outfit yourself with healing potions, new gear, a little training, whatever you think you could need most. And remember, if you get in trouble, back off, rest up, and go back in fresh. So the game knows that you're meant to be just resting in between every fight. Don't get cocky, I think this will be a tough one. Continue. Your mission. Fort Bookworth sent a patrol to Narmok, hunting smugglers with 6th house connections. They found a 6th house base, a 6th house shrine, and a 6th house priest named Dagoth Gaz. Speak to champion Racer Pulia at Fort Bookworth. She'll tell you about the patrol and the 6th health base. Your orders: find that base, kill Dagoth Gaz, and bring me the full report. We want to know where Bookmoth is. South of Alroon. One trooper who escaped to report has died of the corpus disease. Before he died, the trooper reported fighting with monsters and cultists and something about a powerful 6th house priest called Dagoth Gaz. Cool. We'll go and get the details ourselves. I need a photo of you, friend. I still find it very funny that they chose to make Chaos like someone who genuinely, you know, balding on top, this sort of grey hair going around, so, you know, could be late 40s, 50s, even 60s, 70s. But he hench. He proper ripped. So do we have this on the map? Eldroom, yeah, so it's relatively close. Let's head straight over there, because we can probably pick up the quest next time. Yeah, I was just thinking I could probably do like a Fallout video once a week or something and just slowly progress through those games on a longer session sort of style of thing. I have an urge to play them, and it's like I can't remember if they're any good or not. I've talked about this before, but so often with games, I spend a lot of time thinking, was this game as good as I remember it being? You know, because quite frequently the answer is either no, or actually the things that I thought were good about it, I was completely wrong, and the things that I think about it that are good about it now are completely different. Because, you know, not only, well, the games are static points in history, but I'm not. So my preferences certainly change. I want some arrows. I also need someone to do some repairs. Can you do this? After realising how messed up my what's it called was? My chest place.
Make it quick.
Iron bolt. I don't really want to take chitin arrows, but we will if we have to. Let's grab a quick hundo. Just so that we've got enough to continuing on our way, and then head south out of town. Oh god, we're gonna know, aren't we? Oh no, she wouldn't let me last time. All right. I'm just like, I don't want to be doing an escort quest right now, but I know me. I know I will do it. But last time she didn't like me, so she doesn't like me now apparently. The force is up here. Right, I think this is probably a fine time to be leaving us here. So the aim, as I said earlier, is to not miss future episodes, and if I am going to, I will make an announcement. Less an announcement. I'll probably just mention it in one of these videos, and we'll may change our upload rota. You know, work has to come first, I'm afraid, but we'll see how we go. And for the meantime, you can expect the Morrowind videos on the same schedule as they were before. My name's been Billy. Thank you for joining me. If you could drop any comments if you've got any thoughts on anything. Like the video if you did like it, because it does help a lot. And subscribe if you want to. If you want regular updates. We're going to, as I say, continue releasing no matter what. It's just on how frequently. But for now, I'll see you tomorrow. Goodbye.